The Niners backfield prides itself in its versatility. They have CMC, who's probably the best receiving back out of the whole entire NFL, but also Deebo Samuel lines up in the backfield. And while it's great to have versatility, it also is very important to have depth behind all those great players. And in today's video, I want to talk about a player that may overthrow Elijah Mitchell for the number 2 running back role on the San Francisco 49ers. And that player is Jordan Mason. First, we need to talk about Elijah Mitchell as a football player for the Niners. He has some ungodly numbers. He put up a 40-yard dash of 4.35 seconds and a 10-yard split of 1.51 seconds. But just not that, he's been productive across his time in the NFL as well. Throughout 16 games, he's ran for 1,242 yards, averaging about 5 yards a carry. But Mitchell's issue is really his health. He hasn't been able to remain healthy throughout his whole entire football career, including his time in college. But during his time with the Niners in 2022, he sprained his MCL and then went on to tear it. Throughout his time with the Niners, this really is the only dog. He's a great player minus his injuries. The Niners do have another back though on their roster who's been just as effective as Elijah Mitchell, and that's Jordan Mason, and he doesn't struggle from the same injury bug as Mitchell. Jordan Mason at his pro day had a 10-yard split of 1.57 seconds and a 40-yard dash of 4.58 seconds, but he's nearly 20 pounds heavier than Mitchell when he ran this time. During his limited opportunities last year, Mason was able to impress. He averaged 6.0 yards a carry and 1 touchdown. Mason also offers a completely different running style than everything else the Niners have. He's a true 3-down running back who can punch it in from the goal line. He reminds me a ton of Beast Mode, and I think he pairs nicely with CMC. As CMC is an elusive back, Mitchell will be able to punch the opposing team, making it very hard for the defense to get adjusted to the running style of the Niners backs. Mason's success isn't just limited to the NFL. During his college days from 2018 to 2021, Mason played at Georgia Tech, and he amassed some crazy statistics. He had 2,349 rushing yards, averaging 5.2 yards a carry, 17 touchdowns on that, and 1 receiving touchdown. During his college and pro days, Mason set himself apart as an aggressive runner who was able to choose the right gaps, but also is surprisingly effective in the passing game. Mason is also entering year 2 under Kyle Shanahan, and this is where players usually make the biggest jumps. And so far this offseason, Mason has looked noticeably leaner and faster. During this offseason, Mason has been able to remain on the field while Mitchell has already missed a couple practices. Not a good sign from a player that's often injured. And due to these availability concerns, this ultimately leads me to my assertion that Jordan Mason will be the number 2 running back come the start of the season, not Elijah Mitchell. Now that I gave you my thoughts on Jordan Mason and the second running back for the Niners, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. It would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching.